Hi everybody, this is Sakeenah Light, and I am attempting to walk my way back to my friend's house, whose name is also Maya. I am on the Navajo Reservation. I've been here for 2 days, and I'm really enjoying it. Frankly, I love Tuba City. It's hot, it's dusty, but the people here are wonderful, and I love the environment. I love the little houses everywhere. It just feels very homey, you know. It's one of those towns where I can see myself like being here and just being really, really happy. Internet's been really spotty, so I don't know when this is going to be up. It's been really tough here. There's only like 3 places with Wi-Fi, and all 3 are super, super slow. Even getting my Instagram to load is almost impossible. So what have I been doing here? I've been hanging out with my friend Maya and just really feeling out the place. We're going to go to the Grand Canyon tomorrow. We're going to go from the reservation side, and that'll be really nice because you know, I like to avoid the tourists as much as possible. What was really fun today is we went to the native market, and I had wonderful native street food. I had roast mutton with fried bread, and it was so good. And I looked around at a lot of like the arts and crafts and things, and you know, just stuff people sell at flea markets. It was very local, not a lot of tourists. It was great. I looked around to see if I could find anything for the kids. You know, their birthday's coming up, and that was really fun. I hit the trading post. The trading post is really expensive, like definitely tourist pricing, but I understand it. But you know, that's not where I was at. But it was really cool to see it, and to read about the history of the trading post was really cool. And so on Sunday, I am leaving Tuba City. I'm gonna head down to Flagstaff. I've got so I want to hit the REI down there and pick up a couple things. I don't know if they have a Lush down there. I would like to hit Lush before I go back. And then I start heading back to New Orleans. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to hitchhike to Houston and then take Megabus back to New Orleans probably. And then I'm going to have a whole bunch of videos and writing and things to deal with when I get back, because this has been an amazing trip. I've learned so much. Things are like so just, my mind's still blown. It's going to take me a really long time to just digest everything I've seen and everything I've heard and the people I've talked to. It's going to take me a while. One of the things that was great about coming here and knowing somebody here is, you know, getting to be here as if I was here. You know, instead of coming here, going to the tourist building, doing all the touristy bits, you know, instead just hooking up with a local and just living life here and feeling what it is like to be here and talking about native issues and things has just been wonderful. And I think this is how I want to travel when I start traveling internationally. I like the idea of going into a town and just trying to live there, you know, and meeting locals and asking them what I should do rather than just looking at the tourist book. So yeah, that's where I'm at. It is lovely here. Take a look. Look at that mountain range back there. It's just gorgeous. And you know, it's funny, the desert doesn't look like much, and then you get up close and it's so beautiful up close. There's so many plants and things that you don't see from a distance. From a distance, it just looks dead. And then you get up close and it's so alive. It's so just beautiful. Up here is a hogan, which I'm really excited about. My friend said it's more traditional, except the roof is different. I guess in a traditional hogan, they use dirt in order to make the roof and to put between the wood, and the wood goes sideways. And so I'll show you that once I get up here. There's 2 different types of hogans. One is bigger, it's like for ceremonies and stuff and like meetings, and then they have these smaller ones, which is where people used to live. And my friend was saying that when she turned 18, she became eligible to apply for land, and she hasn't done it yet, but she was saying she wants to, and that she wants to build a hogan on it, which I think is really cool to see young people like really embracing their culture that way and not like trying to like change so much. She's very sweet but old-fashioned in a way. And I asked her, do a lot of the young people do that? And she said no. Most young people don't even bother to apply for their land because they don't want to live here, which is really heartbreaking because it's such a lovely community and just an amazing place. And it has so much history. I think you see that in a lot of places where, over time the young people want to leave. They want to go to New York, San Francisco. They want to have these big lives, which is great. But then the little communities die off. I know that's happening a lot in Japan, in the mountains, where all the young people go into the cities for work, and then the town dies because there's nobody there. And so a little bit of that's happening here, but not as bad as that. But just to hear that they can qualify for land and they don't even apply for it because they don't really want to be here, kind of broke my heart a little bit. So let me see here. This is the Tuba City Center. I guess this is where you go when you want to learn all about Tuba City and you want to apply for things and get help with stuff. Let me see here. I'm almost there. It's these interesting, I guess, hexagon buildings. And I probably should turn on the camera back when I was passing one of the more traditional ones that had a dirt roof and dirt in between the slats. But these are what the modern hogans look like. See? It's this hexagon, roundish building. And it's modern. You can tell it's modern because it has a modern roof and it has doors and windows. She said that traditional ones, they don't have any windows. They have a doorway, and that the door itself is a blanket, which I thought was really cool. So I am back to her house if I can find it. Hopefully I won't get too lost. Maybe one of her dogs will come out and show me the way. One of the things I thought was really interesting is, and I know this is really common in a lot of traditional communities, the dogs aren't inside the houses here. All the dogs are outside. So you go into these houses and they look kind of dilapidated from the outside, and then they've got dogs on the outside of the house, and you go inside and they're just lovely homes. And you would never expect it, from the outside looking in. You expect it just to be like the shack, and then you get inside and it's gorgeous. And that's something I thought was really neat. But it was really noticeable about the dogs, though. Walking through the neighborhood, and just every house has dogs outside their house, but nobody lets their dogs inside. And so I thought that was pretty interesting. So until next time, ciao.